Welcome to season 4 of our podcast, and we are kicking it off with a bang. My favorite topic that we discuss all the time on the podcast, Star Wars. Star Wars shaped my childhood. It was Star Wars and parental neglect that made me the person that I am today. And we got to sit down with Josh Clark, entertainment writer here in Branson, and discuss the new Star Wars movie because it is premiering tonight as we record. And I want you to leave your comments down below. Let us know what you thought about it. We're going to give you just some of our theories, things we've heard, things we'd like to see. And then in about a week or so, we're going to sit down again and talk about what really happened. Okay? So we're going to compare the two and see whether we're disappointed or whether we are relieved about what was in the movie. Now, these podcasts have been hugely popular. We get thousands and thousands of downloads. And I want to thank you because you people seem to like, and by you people, I just mean the people in general that are listening. I'm not singling out any people, okay? Everybody's people. Well, maybe your dogs are listening. Okay. What you seem to like, and by you, it's a general term. It's just mean like everybody. Not everybody. It's not everybody. Everybody doesn't like the same thing. What seems to be popular is when we talk about our everyday life in Branson and what it's like and things that we do. So in this season, I've already recorded about a dozen of these. We are talking about new attractions in town, our experiences there, what we miss in Branson that's no longer here. We talk about new upgrades of things here in town, what needs to change in Branson, who are the innovators in town. We had that discussion the other day. And also things we're tired of in town. So you need to stay tuned, okay? Because we have all kinds of fun things. But it's not about that. It's not about the future. It's about the now. It's about a long time ago in a galaxy far, far away. Ooh. And right now, we're going to go talk with Josh at Center Stage. Let's go.
Do you know Josh Grissom and Tim Church? Mm-hmm. Have you done the Nerd Informants yet?
No, I keep telling them that I'll do it.
All right, I'll see them tonight. They're going to be at the Row 1 premiere because I think that.
Was that tonight?
Yes.
What?
7:00, baby.
How did I miss that?
I don't know.
I want to get in on that. Damn it.
You need to go.
Well, I don't have time to go stand in line.
I don't know if they're sold out though.
Oh, come on, it's Star Wars.
But see, there's a 7:00 and a 10:00.
Uh-huh.
So, like when I got mine, the VIPs were sold out.
Yeah,
They still had some of the regular
How am I not
ones.
a VIP?
I wasn't a VIP. Hell. And then,
No, I want to be. I keep telling Josh and Tim I want to do that show because they have no idea the nerdiness that goes on.
Oh, dude.
Have you been to my house?
No, I haven't.
Like our living room is all Star Wars. I have all the different helmets, and our kids' middle names were going to be Luke and Leia. Mm-hmm. We've talked about that before.
Yes. Which I love. I mean,
yeah.
How much cooler can you get than Luke and Leia?
I mean, my son's room is all Star Wars instead. So.
That is so awesome to see. Like, all right, my son is 16.
Uh-huh.
He kind of missed out. Like, by the time he was old enough to really watch, the last of the prequels were out. He was 6 when Revenge of the Sith came out. So he enjoyed it, but it was more watching for me.
Right.
It was, Dad likes Star Wars, blah, blah, blah. Well, my nephew, my sister's son, is 6 now.
Yeah.
He loves stuff. Like, it was overnight.
That's how the kids are. Like, they originally, I forced them to watch it when they were little. Mm-hmm. And they would wear the helmets, and they like to do that. And then suddenly Xander, whenever we leave, when I drop him off at school, he'll say, "Dad, today we're going to rule this school as father and son."
Dude, and I've noticed a lot of stuff that you post with him.
Yeah.
Like, and you mentioned a lot of times about him being your best friend.
Oh, yeah.
But, I mean...
He is my best friend.
I mean, dude, with making comments like that, that's pretty cool. That's,
Well, every day when we leave, we do that, and then when I leave for work, I lean down and I say, "Avenge me." I whisper, just in case.
Right, you never know.
Just give him a goal in life. But the new Star Wars, we met when the other Star Wars was coming
when
out.
Episode 7 was coming out. Yes.
And I think we talked about, we talked like the day before, if I remember
Yeah,
right.
It was either the day or two. It was a day or two before.
Yeah, because we gave away spoilers.
We did. We had to beep out. We had to edit them.
That was funny.
Yes,
People didn't know how to appreciate that, by the way.
No, they don't. And
they have no sense of humor.
I find that problem. I have that problem a lot. Like, I'll say stuff and people are like, I can't believe you said that. I'm like, I was just
That's
kidding.
what my wife says to me all the time.
Yeah,
my wife does this thing when I start to say something, she'll just be like, no.
You should probably be quiet now.
No. But this opens up a whole new thing for Star Wars, right? Because with the exception of one character, it doesn't have all the other characters in it that we know of.
Right, that we know. Now, and supposedly they're going to have maybe some cameos that they haven't announced yet. Because, they cast the young Han Solo movie. You know, the cat that was in Hail Caesar, the Coen Brothers movie.
Stuff, right?
Well, that's Donald Glover. Yeah, he's playing Lando.
Oh, he's playing Lando.
He's playing Lando, yes.
Lando? Okay, they are different.
Yes. So, their word around the campfire is like maybe Chewbacca might show up. Like maybe you'll see Chewie in the background or something like that. Or maybe you'll see like the Millennium Falcon. Because they did add it in the prequels. You could see the Millennium Falcon flying around, stuff like that.
Oh, yeah.
But yeah, other than Darth Vader, I think Darth Vader and Grand Moff Tarkin are the only two characters that were featured in the original.
But I heard that they're probably showing Tarkin just from the back. They're not going to show his face.
And I'd be okay with that. Because Peter Cushing did a great job, and you can't really replace it. Like, maybe if they have some outtakes, they could dust them off and use them kind of like Richard Donner was going to do for the second Superman with Marlon Brando. Sort of bring him back and do that. I keep hearing the word gritty. Is the main word that I keep hearing, like a World War II kind of that's awesome.
But see, I heard that. And then I heard last week that Disney did not like that. That they wanted it to blend into New Hope and be cleaner and crisp. And so it made sense you could watch one, then right into the other. And
I can understand that from like a marketing standpoint, but I read a couple. I didn't read any reviews. I read some review summaries because the embargo lifted, I guess, yesterday or day before yesterday. So what they said was, as familiar as it was, like with all the X-Wings and all the old sets and stuff that they brought back out to use, it seemed unfamiliar from the rest of the Star Wars movies. Well, that's what we want.
Right.
That's like these
you don't want
standalone...
7.
Exactly.
That was just...
Right. And see, the thing about 7 is now that we've seen it, now that it's been out and everything, it got some backlash a little bit later. Oh, the Death Star, it's the Cantina again and blah, blah, blah. In my estimation, what episode 7 was, is it was enough to get the bad taste of the prequels for all of us old school fans, and then cool enough to bring in that newer generation of kids like we were talking about, and then get them hooked on Star Wars.
Well, even the opening line was, we're going to start setting things right again.
This will begin to make things right.
Yeah. Which I think was a slam.
It was. There are a couple.
Sure.
There are a couple. And I liked it. I loved it. I thought it was great. I saw it 7 times at the theater. Like, I've seen it countless times. When I went and bought my Rogue One tickets, I got back home and watched episode 7. Just because, it's one of those, it's infinitely rewatchable. I'm not sure how the standalone movies are going to be, if they're going to be, because Kathleen Kennedy said no matter how successful it is, there will not be a sequel. You've already got a sequel. It's called A New Hope.
Well, and that brings me to another thing. There's a lot of theories out, okay? And you said there might be cameos by some of the characters. I wish they would have Jabba, but the evil overlord, whatever.
Yes.
But he's busy getting ready for the White House.
Wow. Fixing his hair. The Galactic Senate.
I got a feeling we're not far off.
It's going to be interesting, I'll tell you that.
Well, not A New Hope. The Empire Strikes Back, maybe. But anyway, so a lot of people are saying at the end of this one, okay, the new one, Rogue One, what happens to all these characters? Because this is what people brought up. They're not in the other ones.
Right.
Or are they? I had a friend that sent me a link to a video that shows the theory that the Knights of Ren are very similar to all of these characters. There's one that's carrying a staff. There's similar armor. If you look at the still frames. So, I don't buy it because it'd be 30 years later.
Unless maybe they get captured and they're genetically altered. And that's why they're all knighted up in their coverings and whatnot.
So what do you hope to see in this movie?
I hope to see some people gripe about fan service and Easter eggs. I love it. I love to see, you know, somebody's jacket hanging up in the corner, like Chewbacca's bowcaster laying on the table or something like that.
Yeah.
And I hope that there's plenty of that. I want to see a good story. I want to see something that's worthy. Like when I leave the theater tonight, I want to go home and immediately watch the original.
Yeah.
You know, that's what I want. I want to see. I want it to have the humor. I want it to have the fun, but that whole World War II angle that they're going for, that kind of man on a mission movie, if they do it like The Dirty Dozen or one of those kind of, dude, I'm sold, because there hasn't really been a great men on a mission movie in a while. Like, I'm not expecting training montages or anything like that, but as long as it sort of gives you that, because that's what Star Wars did, man. It gave you something old school with a completely and totally different setting and tools.
Right.
You know, you're familiar with the story because the story of Star Wars comes from 20 different sources.
Seven Samurai.
Yeah. There's all kind of different stuff that Lucas used to draw influence on. And I kind of hope that that's the same thing, like those great old World War II movies that we don't get to see anymore.
Yeah.
Like, that's kind of what I'm really, like the rebellion, you know, the sneaking around.
See, that's what I want to see.
Yeah.
I want it to mean something when they say many
Bothans died to bring us.
Right.
Right.
And so I want, because they say that line,
Right.
You know, and then they have these plans, and you're like, all right, they got these plans. So I want it to be like super important as to how they got these plans.
Well, and you got to figure, like you said, you know, some of the characters, well, none of the characters outside from the theories are in any of the subsequent movies. So you got to figure several of them are going to die.
Yeah.
You know, I'd be happy if the last shot of the movie was Jyn Erso or the droid or whoever lives handing the plans to Princess Leia as she's getting ready to board the blockade runner and then taking off and then end it.
Yeah.
Like, I would be so jazzed with that, you know, because then, like, the next thing you see is the ship going overhead for episode 4. So just take out the crawl.
We just had them lock on to it.
Yeah.
We've locked on to it.
Oh, dude, that's awesome.
Yeah.
Oh, that's awesome. See, that's even better.
Now in the Disney thing that I read, where they had to clean it up and make it nicer and stuff, I heard a theory that the end was going to be very similar to a slasher movie, but it was going to be Vader going through a ship finding all of them and like hunting them down.
That'd be so awesome.
But they didn't like that, so we'll have to see if it's in there.
And you know, and
can you imagine that? Like
dude, that'd be
Jason,
so
like
awesome.
if it's like a Jason or a Michael Myers,
just with his red lightsaber, just looking around, and that'd be really cool. You know, her dropping the plans off to Princess Leia and walking around the corner, and you see Vader with the slash, and then fade to black.
Yeah. I hope you enjoyed today's podcast. It's always fun to talk to Josh. He's one of my favorite guests. We're going to have him on again, and we'll probably have a ton of podcasts with him. He's so fun to talk to. Gets to see everything, gets to do everything, great sense of humor, and just a nice guy. And I enjoy just talking to him, whether we're recording or not. But stay in touch with us. We need your support. YouTube just recently changed how their algorithm works in ranking things. And so you have to have a lot of interaction. That means people watching and listening to your videos, commenting, liking, thumbs up, thumbs down. It doesn't really matter, to tell you the truth, I found out. Whether people like it or don't like it, as long as you have an interaction. And so we need your support. So go on to YouTube if you're watching this on Facebook. And just watch some of the videos and leave us some comments. That's it. And hit the subscribe button. People don't know what subscribe means. It just means that you show your support. And when you go onto your YouTube, we'll show up as one of the main things that you like. That's it. You don't have to sign up or anything. So please do that. Follow us on Facebook at All Things Branson. Just search for that. Tweet us at All Branson. Do the Instagram, All Things Branson. Check out the website, allthingsbranson.com. And most of all, check out my personal page that we had set up, because I am involved with the kids' TV show. I have the interviews. I have the All Things Branson business stuff going on. I have, we have 2 other projects that we're working on, including a cartoon for Branson. And so you can find me at thevoiceofbranson.com. Thevoiceofbranson.com. Christopher James. So please do that, and I hope you enjoyed our conversation. Stay in touch, comment down below. We want your interactions. What topics shall we discuss next? It's all about you. Have a great day.